Hey there everyone, how's it going? I know, it's taken a lot longer than it should have to create this video, but here's the next lesson for beginner guitar players. If you have any questions on the fingering or positioning of any of my hands during this lesson, just go to my previous video and that should clear everything up. Moving right along, today we're going to learn how to do the basic, minor, and some bar chords. These are a little trickier than the major chords you learned in the previous video, but once you get them down, you'll be able to do a lot more things with your guitar. After we're done, you should be able to play the B minor, C minor, D minor, F minor, B major bar, C major bar, F major bar, and G major bar chord. Again, if this seems too easy for you, just shut me off. But for all you beginners out there, this should be a very useful lesson. The first chord we're going to discuss is the B minor chord. Before we learn the chord, I'd like to give you a little background on how to play a bar chord. In this case, we'll be barring the second fret with our index finger. Press firmly on the fretboard and strum. It should sound something like this. If you're not pressing firm enough, you will get a muffled sound like this. The B minor takes place on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fret. Taking your index finger and barring the 2nd fret, you will then place your middle finger on the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Then take your pinky finger on the 3rd string of the 4th fret and your ring finger on the 4th string of the 4th fret. It should sound like this. A little slower this time. Take your index finger and bar the 2nd fret, your middle finger on the 2nd string of the 3rd fret, your pinky on the 3rd string of the 4th fret, and your ring finger on the 4th string of the 4th fret. It should sound something like this. This is a B minor chord. The next chord we're going to discuss is the C minor chord. This takes place on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th fret. It is very similar to the B minor chord that we just learned, but a half octave higher. You'll place your index finger and bar the 3rd fret. You'll then take your middle finger, place it on the 2nd string of the 4th fret, your pinky finger on the 3rd string of the 5th fret, and your ring finger on the 4th string of the 5th fret. It should sound something like this. A little slower this time. You take your index finger and bar the 3rd fret, your middle finger playing the 2nd string of the 4th fret, your pinky playing the 3rd string of the 5th fret, and your ring finger playing the 4th string of the 5th fret. This is a C minor chord. The next chord we're going to discuss is the D minor chord. In this case, it will not be barred. With your index finger on the 1st string of the 1st fret, your middle finger on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret, and your ring finger on the 2nd string of the 3rd fret. It should sound something like this. A little bit slower this time. You'll place your index finger on the 1st string of the 1st fret, your middle finger on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret, and your ring finger on the 2nd string of the 3rd fret. With the D minor chord, a little inverted, I like to try and play this. That's just taking a D minor chord, playing an F, and then a C. Very simple, very good practice. That is a D minor chord. The next chord I'd like to discuss is the F minor chord. This takes place in the 1st and 3rd fret. Begin by taking your index finger and barring the 1st fret. Then with your ring finger, place it on the 5th string of the 3rd fret and your pinky finger on the 4th string of the 3rd fret. like so. It should sound something like this. Again, place your index finger and bar the 1st fret, your ring finger on the 5th string of the 3rd fret, and your pinky on the 4th string of the 3rd fret. That is an F minor chord. The next 2 chords I'd like to discuss are the B major and C major bar chords. I'm doing them together because they're literally a half octave away from each other. To play the B major chord, you need to bar the 2nd fret, and with your ring finger, you need to bar the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string of the 4th fret. It should sound something like this. Again, with your index finger barring the 2nd fret and your ring finger barring the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string of the 4th fret, you should get something that sounds like this. Now to play the C major chord, you just need to slide up a half step and bar the 3rd fret with your index finger and the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string of the 5th fret with your ring finger, like so. What you can practice from here is sliding from the B major to the C major, like so. That'll be good practice for strengthening your fingers. Those are the B and C major bar chords. The last chords I want to discuss today are the F major and G major bar chords. These chords are very similar, only one step away from each other. Beginning with the F major, you will bar the 1st fret with your index finger. With your middle finger, you will play the 3rd string of the 2nd fret, then take your pinky finger and play the 4th string of the 3rd fret, and your ring finger plays the 5th string of the 3rd fret. It should sound something like this. Again, barring the 1st fret with your index finger, take your middle finger and play the 3rd string of the 2nd fret, your pinky will play the 4th string of the 3rd fret, and your ring finger will play the 5th string of the 3rd fret. Now the G major is just one step above. You'll be barring the 3rd fret with your index finger, like so. You'll take your middle finger, play the 3rd string of the 4th fret, your pinky will play the 4th string of the 5th fret, and your ring finger will play the 5th string of the 5th fret. It should sound something like this. One nice feature is you can just go back and forth without even lifting your hand. Now when you first start off, you might get something that sounds a little more like this. Now what you're doing is you're not pressing hard enough. So just keep practicing, and over time your fingers will actually work out themselves and you will become strong enough to press down and get a nice clean sound. Those are the F major and G major bar chords. Okay, so now you should have learned the most basic major, minor, and bar chords. You can almost play anything, if it were only that simple. For now, keep practicing your chord changes. It's the only way you're going to get better. Here's a good way to practice those bar chords. Play Wild Thing with the G, C, and D bar chords, like so. I hope this has been useful for you, and let me know what you guys want next. Peace out!